What do we have here? Take peace.
These are subjects we've captured.
What did you mean, subjects?
Subject code 01. What should we do with this?
For the greater.
Okay. Subject 02. How about this?
To the
Understandable. What about 03?
monkey.
Deserves it. Well, that's all. Thank you for assisting. Let's go. Why did you do that for?
I can't read.
Classic muscle brain.
Yeah, again with Pompidum and her second commission. Yippee! I don't know how to say this, and I don't really know if it's luck, but my second commission is also my second Death Company project. Here's the state of receipt from the owner. He said it's second-handed. I assume there were once supposed to be Black Templars according from the color schemes and their primary weapons. Anyway, let's get it done. I dismantled these parts and submerged them with cleaning stuff which contains a little bit of linseed oil. I need to be clear, this is not a bowl of piss, okay? I do not recommend using any substance that contains linseed oil if you're not familiar with any, because it could dissolve miniatures details and worse, melt your whole thing down the drain. Take my caution as one of your friendly Warhammer fellow, okay? After submerge them for a while, I start cleaning and stripped painted layer off with a toothbrush. I gotta confess my dummy moment. I thought the loincloth is heavily sprayed with strong white paint. So, I kept scrubbing the area and noticed these are actually epoxies. Now is a resembling time. The owner requested to change left shoulders of the whole squad with Blood Angel's shoulder pad upgrades. The problem is the lefties are fixed, so I had to scrape and cut the necessary parts to fit these new shoulder pads. Another request is to change this double bolter to a chainsaw. Since the upgrade kit lacks of shoulder variety, so I gave him real Death Company shoulder pad in order to make difference. While I was resembling the minis, I noticed some of loincloth are broken, so I fixed them with epoxy. This is honestly my first time sculpting something on minis. I was both excited and nervous at the same time. First, it's because I got a chance to practice a method, but these pieces are turnsovers, so I need to be extra careful while doing so, or else it'll end up messy and I might destroy the value of my client's commissions. I also swapped some of Minnie's arm for better stances. The owner said he allows me to be freely decorate the minis. I'm doing the same color set with my previous client as he's also requested TMM. If you have not seen the content, feel free to check it out on my channel. Thank you! Although it's the same, but I tried to improve a better recipe. And here's the differences. I used airbrush to project the light source, so I will be less likely to be misguided when turning minis around. And I added more lighter shade of red to emphasize their symbols and identities. But this is actually not really an improvement because my previous client preferred black and gold emphasis. I think the actual improvement is where I decided to do helmet OSL. I mean, the eyes, specifically. I liked the way it turned out. And the greenish OSL, I think I did it neater because I finally got my hands on masking putty. Kinda love that stuff. Another thing I want to mention is my plasma OSL. What you are seeing here is my first and my recent, which is my second plasma gun. What do you think? Anyway, let's see the result. So, I made him a surprise diorama for supporting my business. I put the minis in all-around defense formation, which usually uses to avoid flank and to prepare for any possible attack directions. I raised the middle platform to avoid overlapping situation and experimenting with terrain potential with foil, mortar, and pebbles. The owner asked me to do reddish crackle surface with a sprinkle of pebbles. So that's what I'm going to do with the Diorama too. I prime and roughly paint the surface to see a sketchy picture first. Then, I apply crackle paint on the surface. You may notice how different the pins are. But that's fine because all I want at this point is to achieve the texture first. After let dry, I noticed some spots have been ripped off due to technical paint, but I can fix that, no worries. Then, I start using airbrush to blend the colors and fix the spots, to convince that this is an absolute chunk of terrain. Apart from blending, I try to reduce the glossiness finishing of what I applied earlier. I dry brush the bulging area lighter colors to be suggested the volume of the surface area. You can apply the gradient to the point you like. Just remember to keep the order from the darkest to the lightest. Now, I want to enhance the contrast of this terrain by adding shadow with purplish bluish tone since they are complement together. As you can see, it brings out texture clearer. I honestly pleased with the result. I cleaned the base slot again with black paint. Since the owner glued magnets on the bases, so I bury magnets into the slots so the minis would cling onto the diorama. Lastly, I fixed the minis with black resin to make them clean and hide the magnet. Well, you know what to do. It's barrel time! Let's go! I delegate every moment doing whatever comes, simple or challenging, to ensure my commissioners and viewers get the highest quality of me at the time. That's why I would like to say my gratitude for staying and watching till the end. Thank you and stay creative. Bye bye.